Up.
And first pitch down and in, ball one. Council last night hit in 4 trips. Of course, the Twins got 3 runs in the first inning and never looked back. On the outside corner, 1-1. Noticed this last night about Council. Remember, he used to have that extreme stance, stretching his arms and the bat skyward. He's toned that down considerably. Off the end of the bat, 1-2.
Oh, got a little change up right there. This is a guy that Swarzak will remember the rest of his life. Your first major league hitter. Mine took me deep. I remember him. A guy named Lee May with the Washington Senators back in 1970.
1-2 to Council. Curve lifted foul and out of play.
On a 3-2 pitch, George Metterwall called fastball. I shook him off. He said curveball. I shook him off. I only had 2 pitches. He came out and he said, "What do you want to throw?" I said, "I don't know. I'll remember this guy the rest of my life." He said, "Give me a good fastball away." I did. He hit it about 400 feet over the right field fence. I said, "Thanks a lot, George. I should have threw the curveball."
Another 1-2 to Council. Soft liner, Harris gets it, and Swarzak has retired his first major league batter. 1 away. You can submit a question to us online at carsoup.com/baseball. Tonight, Karen Conway from Mankato, a question for Bert. What's the most nervous you've ever been on a baseball field? Was it your major league debut?
No, every time I started, I was nervous. You know, people always say, well, you know, I wasn't nervous. I was nervous every start because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you could go out and pitch a no-hitter. You can go out and pitch 1/3 of an inning, which I did in my career. You don't know, so there's nothing wrong with being nervous. I think that keeps the flow going and keeps you mentally into the ball game. Well, that one run that I gave up, the home run, was the only run I allowed, and Ron Taranowski pitched the 8th and the 9th inning, and we beat the Senators that day 2-1.
And the ironic thing is thousands and thousands of hours of therapy, and it's still right there, isn't it?
You know what was so funny about that is after I gave up the home run, Bill Rigney was the manager, and he walked out to the mound. I thought he was coming to take me out. But he said to me, he says, "Son, that's not the last home run you're going to give up." The man was a genius. Unbelievable. How did he know I was going to give up 429 more?
2-1 to McGee. Now, over the years, you must have crossed paths with Lee May quite a bit, and he's reminded you from time to time, I would guess, about that first meeting.
Well, yeah, he is deceased. He passed away about 5-6 years ago. He lived in the Southern California area, and we were doing a charity fundraiser at USC, and I ran into Lee May there, and we had a conversation, and he still remembered that home run, and that was kind of nice that he remembered hitting one off of me. It's something like you keep the rest of your life.
3-2 to Casey McGee, with Swarzak delivering a 3-1 fastball in a good spot, knee high in the outside corner. Another one headed in the same spot, and it's whistled foul over the Milwaukee bullpen. Chrysler key stat. It's been a point of emphasis for Dale Swain and this lineup to try to be more patient, draw more walks, and find themselves in more hitters' counts.
Yeah, Dale Swain was offered the third base coach. He was pretty much offered anything he wanted to do. He wanted to be the hitting coach. He felt that he could really help this ball club, and he really has.
Down and away. And McGee draws a walk from Swarzak.
Well, Swarzak, a good-sized kid, 6'4", about 225, straight over the top. And we'll see how he does here with a runner at first base. Brewers do not run a lot. They have only 11 stolen bases in 20 attempts.
And, of course, Swarzak knows this. This Milwaukee lineup is potent enough without issuing walks in front of the likes of Braun and Fielder. So we'll see how he fares here in this first inning, having walked the second batter. To a very good start, because Braun's been playing pretty much for the first 2 months, and Mauer just playing in his first month. Braun, those had some injury issues. He's really had injury issues that have gone back through spring training.
Well, you know what? I mean, you look at Ryan Braun in the National League, you have to think of Evan Longoria in the American League. 2 upcoming stars that hopefully will be around the game a long time.
And Swarzak paints the outside corner. It's 0-2. You've said throughout your years as a broadcaster that when you were warming up in the bullpen, whether it was your first start or your 400th start, you wanted to have command of that fastball knee-high on the outside corner. And already we've seen Swarzak, bury pitch after pitch right there or very close to it.
Well, any pitcher, that's your strength right there, down and away, and then you move the ball in and out. And that slider right there, good stop by Joe Mauer.
1-2. Well, Mauer last year was heralded as being a great handler of a young pitching staff, and this will be a challenge for him. Hasn't spent much time catching Swarzak, maybe an inning or 2 here or there in spring training, and we'll see how Mauer, who at least in this battery matchup is the veteran of the two, popped up short left center field. Ball's in the air a long time, and it's not caught. Harris has had that happen before. On balls hit to short left field, he runs out and does not get underneath the ball, whether he didn't see that ball or not.
It's tough because you see where the outfielders are playing because of the respect of Ryan Braun. I don't know if Harris would have been able to get this ball. He's hustling after it. It's really out of his reach, and it's sometimes baseballs just land in no man's land, and that's exactly what it was. Good pitch right there by Swarzak, a changeup that hit right off the end of the bat by Ryan Braun, and he gets the first hit of the ball game.
And now Swarzak will pitch to Fielder with a runner at first and second and 1 out. Strike 1. Well, Swarzak has had to work here. 17 pitches, 11 strikes, and he's in a ticklish spot here with the dangerous Fielder up and 2 men aboard.
Well, hoping for a ground ball with Fielder. He has that uppercut swing.
And now 0-2.
And there's that uppercut swing right there of Fielder. He does not get cheated up there. Fielder in his 5th season with the Brewers. A lot of power. A couple years ago, 50 home runs for the Brewers. Drove in 119 runs.
2 strikes to Fielder. Got him looking. Mauer set up outside. The pitch came over the inside corner, and Fielder barks at Charlie Relaford.
Well, he doesn't like to call because maybe the way that Joe Mauer caught it, but I really believe that it went over the plate. We'll take a look at it right here, that 2-seamer over the inner half of the plate. And you can see the umpire, Relaford, even though Joe moved, he did not move, so the ball was right in front of him.
Umpires do that, don't they? They put their mask right over one corner, and if it's under the mask, they'll call it. That appeared to be what happened there. So 2 on, 2 out, and here is Cameron. Swarzak striking out Fielder for his first major league strikeout. Up and in, ball 1. Missing 2-0.
Hey, try to change up right there.
Bouncer to third. Creedy has it. Inning over, and Swarzak survives a couple of base runners in his first major league inning. is that? We don't see that when the White Sox are in town.
Hanging out.
Menard's batting order for the Twins. Denard Span leading off. Joe Mauer hitting second again. Justin Morneau third again. Then Michael Cuddyer, Joe Crede, Brian Busher, Brendan Harris, Carlos Gomez, and Matt Tolbert.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Braden Looper, making his 9th start of the year, looking for his 5th win. This guy came up to the big leagues with the Cardinals as a reliever, 103 major league saves, now in the starting rotation about 3 years ago with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Denard Span leads things off, and he takes outside ball 1.
Looper, a fastball, split finger type pitcher. Also has a little cutter like a slider.
1-0 to Span. And a strike. Last night the Twins put a 3-spot up in the first inning. Cuddyer hit his home run with a couple of men aboard.
Twins have not seen Looper as a starter. They saw him as a reliever a while back ago, but nobody to give a better scouting report than Mike Redmond. He caught Looper when they were teammates in Florida.
There's a pop-up behind second. Council's out to make the catch. Span is retired. Northland Ford defense for the Brewers, and they're a little thin too. J.J. Hardy is not going to play for the rest of this series. Braun, Cameron, and Garrett the outfielders. You can see the infield alignment. Ken Maka told me before the game that his backup infielder is Braun, the left fielder. Kendall doing the catching again. 1 down and Looper on the mound. Joe Mauer had his hitting streak end last night. Takes a strike at the knees.
Yeah, he had his 14-game hitting streak end, but he still took a couple walks and still scored a couple runs in the 11-3 win over the Brewers.
And now 1-1. Joe will probably catch, maybe be the designated hitter in tomorrow night's game, and then the challenge will come finding a way to get him into the lineup Monday afternoon. And he starts a new hitting streak. How many bases on this one? Cameron, very fleet of foot, gets there and cuts it off, holding Mauer to a single. Cameron still very good defensively, and he took a good angle on that ball, and what looked to be a double is just a single.
Yeah, he has that cat-like instincts as a center fielder. Joe hitting this ball right on the button. And Cameron, you can see him shading a little bit to left center. Has to go a long way to get in front of this ball and get it back in quickly.
So a good play by the Milwaukee center fielder, and that'll bring up Justin Morneau. And Morneau takes strike 1. The Twins have in Mauer and Morneau 2 players who seem to on a fairly regular basis get 4 hits a game. Yet the 2 hitters who've hit for the Cycles are not named Mauer nor Morneau. Morneau with a liner to right field. And Mauer goes to second base. So Mauer and Morneau hit loud singles here in the first inning against Looper, and Cuddyer comes up again with 2 men aboard.
That might have been the split finger right there. He just left it up in the strike zone.
Firestone leaderboard, the Twins have scored more runs at home than any other team. And if you can score more runs at home than the Texas Rangers do, then you've done something. Here's Cuddyer. Twins have played 24 home games. Red Sox have played 21. Blue Jays 22. Rangers just 20. Cuddyer takes ball 1. Big night for Cuddyer last night. Was retired in his 5th at bat. A hit there, and his average would have been just under the 300 mark. On the outside corner, 1-1. Hot streak coinciding now with the short-term loss of Jason Kubel. On the middle, 1-2. Kubel out of the lineup for another day or so not available to even pinch hit or be an emergency outfielder for the Twins tonight. The MRI taken showing no structural damage, just some swelling and inflammation. 1-2 to Michael Cuddyer. And he stays alive.
I mentioned earlier Looper becoming a reliever when he first came up to a starter. He made 572 relief appearances before he made his first start, and that was under Dave Duncan with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Nice block by Kendall as he squared his shoulders up and blocked the pitch back toward the mound. 2-2.
Well, that split finger, that's his big out pitch, and this ball right here lands in front of home plate. Kendall utilizing that chest protector to knock it down.
A very dangerous hitter to face with men on base. Michael Cuddyer. And he taps it foul. For the game, for the second time this year, the Twins have a player who hit for the cycle present a bicycle to a young Twins fan.
A cycle.
A cycle because of the cycle.
Right. Not a motorcycle, just a bicycle.
So Cuddyer with a couple of two-strike fouls as the Twins try to cash in again here in the first inning.
So I think maybe they should just give a Harley away if somebody hits for the cycle to a young kid like that.
With parental approval and supervision.
His father would enjoy that.
Well, the Brewers did that. Of course, you know, Harley Davidson is out there. Chad Moeller, former Twin, hit for the cycle as a member of the Brewers, and then they presented him with a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Kubel did it earlier this year. Cuddyer did it last night. 2-2. For the Twins right fielder, with Looper struggling a bit here in the first inning. Bouncer to third. Hall fires to second out there. And Looper gets a big double play ball to get the Brewers off the field in the first.
Tuesday at 6:30, the Twins take on
Mark, maybe with what he did to the middle of the Milwaukee lineup with a couple of men on base, pretty impressive.
Very impressive, Dick. He's already done in his first inning of his first big league game something that many of the Twin starters have had trouble doing so far this year, and that is when he wants to make a pitch, he either throws it right on that spot or just off that spot. He made a great pitch down in the dirt, 0-2 with his curveball. He threw the ball on the corner or right off the corner. with his fastball. He mixed in some changeups that were excellent. That was one fine first inning.
Pitch up and away to Matt Gamble, the designated hitter. He'll be followed by Bill Hall and then Jody Garrett.
Yeah, Brewers very high on this young man right here, an infielder, Matt Gamble, a career 300-plus hitter in the minor leagues. Had a couple hits in last night's ball game, just 23 years old.
One of the ironies about this series, Ken Maka, who of course does not have a designated hitter, called up Gamble to be his designated hitter. Popped up. It's a foul ball that'll reach the seats. And so the Brewers, who don't carry a designated hitter, have theirs in the lineup. And the Twins have a designated hitter, Jason Kubel, and he can't play. And Gamble figures to hit his way into the lineup someplace for the Brewers. 2-1 from Swarzak to Gamble. And there's that off-speed pitch again. Getting a swing and a miss.
Well, what we've seen so far, he'll throw it in situations where it calls for maybe a fastball when he's behind in the count. See if he can pick up his first major league strikeout here. Oh, I'm sorry, he got fielded. Maybe a second major league strikeout.
3-2. This will be his 28th pitch. Gamble, Hall, and Garrett lined up to face Swarzak here in his second inning. Right down the middle with a fastball.
And there's his second major league strikeout. Both of them called third strikes.
And both times on a fastball. It seems a bit odd here. The Brewers trying to learn about this guy, and they've taken a couple of fastballs for called third strikes.
He has a little bit of tail on that fastball that kind of comes back over the plate.
Might that not be, the Brewers have already seen him establish his other pitches, looking for something else other than the fastball. Here's Hall. Strike one. Hall getting a chance against a right-handed pitcher, and he again has not fared too well this year against righties. Last year platooned with Russell Branyan at third base. Foul back, 0-2. A week and a half ago, Hall hit his 100th major league home run. Up and away, 1-2.
I mentioned Swarzak signed with the Twins in 2004. Last year he started the season at Double-A. Wasn't really pitching all that well there. 3-8 with an ERA at 5.6. Moved up to Rochester. He ended the season 5-0 with an ERA of 1.80.
Missing a little low. 2-2. That's been his history, although it's a short history as a professional. He's pitched better at his promoted level, and the Twins hope that's the case again this year. A little pop-up. Mauer chasing it, but it is out of play. In other words, when he's been in A and been promoted to Double-A, he's pitched better at the higher level. And that was the case last year, and now the Twins hope that that'll be the case again, being called up from Triple-A. Two and two. With Garrett on deck. Great crowd tonight. Over 40,000. Little pop-up. Creedy comes in near the mound. Out number 2. Memorial Day is Monday, and the Twins will spend the holiday hosting the Boston Red Sox in the first of a 4-game series presented by DQ. Game time is 1:10 on Memorial Day. And there are good tickets to be had if you call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Tickets for Monday's game are available by calling 800-33-TWINS or twinsbaseball.com. Pitching matchup on Monday, Francisco Liriano against Brad Penny. Creedy cuts it off, fires to first. Garrett retired. Swarzak retired 5 in a row.
Swarzak's mother and stepfather. You've watched your son pitch 2 innings now in the big leagues, Leslie. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing totally awesome. I'm so excited for him. It's just great.
What are your emotions like sitting here in the Metrodome in Minnesota watching your kid make his major league debut?
Great. The excitement is just overwhelming. My heart's about to pound out of my chest, and I'm so glad we're here.
And I've seen her take a lot of pictures thus far in the ball game. And Steve, let's go to you. It was a lot of travel plans made in the middle of the week. How many people made the trip here from Fort Lauderdale?
There's 9 of us, sir. 9 of us from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
And what was the last couple days like getting everything together?
Man, it's been unbelievable.
All right, now, Leslie, we got to go back to you here. What's a quick story you can tell us that our viewers can get to know Anthony Swarzak, the person, quickly?
Anthony, I think when he was like 4 years old, he was playing t-ball and for the city of Coral Springs. And out of hundreds of kids, the mayor had to pick one child to throw the ball to, and they threw it to Anthony. So I think that was a sign that this was all meant to be.
We get a single from Joe Crede up the middle. And one other thing, you told me a story off camera, but this is worth repeating. We know what Anthony's story was like getting here and how he got the call, but your story is a great one on how you got the call. Take us through it.
I'm at work in Southport Raw Bar, and
you work at a bar in Florida, sports bar.
A sports bar in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Anthony's like, Mom, and I'm like scared. I think something happened. I'm like, what? He goes, I got called up. Well, I screamed. The whole bar started clapping, and my boss Patrick came running to me, and it was just so exciting. We were just so happy to be here.
But the funny part you left out about the story is that your boss came running over to you. What happened? You screamed so loud
that he thought I stepped on a rat.
Thought you stepped on a rat. And you just said...
No, Anthony got called up, and they all started screaming and yelling, and they were so happy for him.
Well, congratulations to you, Leslie, on your son's success, and welcome to Minnesota.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Well, Dick and Bert, I know you can attest to this. We know the nerves of the guy getting called up to make his major league debut, but how many people actually know the emotions of their mom?
Yeah, very, very good job, Robbie. And, there's so many people that have been able to get Anthony to the big leagues, and you see the love that his mother has right there for him.
Brian Busher, the hitter, 1-2 with the Twins getting a leadoff single from Joe Crede. Busher and Harris, and the Twins hope a few more will give Anthony Swarzak some run support here early in the ball game.
I mentioned on the pregame, Anthony joined the club that last day in Chicago a couple days ago. Twins scored 20 runs, then 11 yesterday. He's probably thinking right now, where are my runs?
Yeah. Busher taps into a fielder's choice. Crede forced at second base. Harris coming to the plate. You can use Twins tickets to raise funds for your school, sports team, or other organization. Nonprofit groups can purchase tickets at a discount and then resell them to supporters for up to their face value, keeping the difference. And a great way to raise some cash for your group. You can call 833-TWINS and get in touch with the group sales department today. Brendan Harris, the shortstop. Neither Crede nor Busher a threat to steal. But Harris, somebody you could put a hit and run with, or put a hit and run on.
Yep.
And instead, another ground ball. And Hall starts another double play. So Looper getting a lot of ground ball outs as advertised, and a couple of double plays in the first 2 innings.
Tuesday at 6.
Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. You're looking at scenes from the Duluth Harbor, the westernmost port on the Atlantic Ocean. Park Point is the world's longest freshwater sandbar, spanning 6 miles, and it's a launching point for the North Shore. On to the third inning, and Anthony Swarzak has retired 5 men in a row. He's picked up a couple of strikeouts along the way, and he'll face Jason Kendall, the number 9 hitter for the Brewers, to get things started. Strike that covers the inside corner. Kendall, Counsell, and McGee facing Swarzak here in the third. One and one, and with Swarzak going behind the mound to settle himself, we are very happy to have the man of honor tonight, Corey Koski, joining us here in the booth. How are you, sir?
Good. Thank you. You got rib stuff all over my pants.
What are you eating?
Ribs.
Fly ball right field, and Kadire jogs toward the line, makes the catch. 1 away. Nice touch by the Twins in honoring Corey Koski, and your career, baseball career, freshly ending because you were in the Cubs organization for a while early this season.
Yeah, it was. I was able to invite me down to spring training, and I went down there for a couple weeks and decided that enough was enough.
Was that a tough decision to make?
Yeah, one of the toughest part about it was that I was playing well. I felt I missed a couple of years, but I didn't feel like I lost anything. I felt like I thought that this was probably one of the best spring trainings that I felt like I had. I was hitting everything hard. I was playing good defense, and I just decided that it's time to move on.
Well, and especially given now what's happened to the Cubs, because Aramis Ramirez is hurt with a bouncer to short. Counsell's retired. I wonder whether you have thought at all about if you'd stayed with it. You might have actually been with the Cubs by now, right?
Yeah. You know what? They gave me. They told me that I have a chance to make that team in spring training, and the way I was feeling, the way I felt my at bats, I felt that I was going to be able to make that club in spring training because I was hitting the ball hard. I felt really good.
Showing some of your highlights right here, Corey, as a Minnesota Twin. A lot of good memories here, huh?
Yeah, there is. This is where I grew up in this organization. I played. I was 14 years in this organization, and it's there's just more than the players on this in this organization. I'm good friends with a lot of people in the front office, and you get to see how hard. You see what happens out on this team right here, and the players are hard workers, but that all comes that filters down from the top, and everybody in this organization is hard workers, and it's just one thing to see everything that goes on behind the scenes. It's kind of amazing, and that was one thing that was the hardest thing for me when I left, is not only leaving my teammates but leaving the Twins family.
Well, you'll still be part of the Twins family, believe me.
2-0 to McGee, and a liner over the head of Harris. Span stumbles to his knees to gather it in. It's a single, and Swarzak had retired 7 in a row. Gives up a 2-out hit to McGee.
You let your boys throw out the first pitch. You got a couple of lefties there.
Yeah, I got two lefties, and that was. I thought they would like that. And it was, that's something that they're always going to remember. And I had my time in the limelight. It's time to let somebody else do some stuff.
Well, Corey, we mentioned that as Ryan Braun comes in now to hit with a man at first and 2 outs, that the group that you came up with, Torrey Hunter, David Ortiz, Doug Minkiewicz, AJ, Guzzi, those guys, you'll always be fondly remembered here because as a whole, you guys seem to really spark the rebirth of baseball in this market.
Yeah, these guys, I remember our infield, we had me, Guzzi, Rivas, and Minkiewicz, and then our outfield was, Torrey and Jock, and you throw in Lakes of Buchanan was in there, Lawton was in there, so we had that right field, and then they moved Jock over to right field, and then when Shannon Stewart came over, we had 3 center fielders playing the outfield, and our defense was absolutely phenomenal. And that was always fun to be a part of something. We came from nothing. We came from people saying that we were a 4A team, saying that we had we're better than a AAA team, but we're not quite a major league team. and that's the year we end up making the playoffs and beating Oakland in the first round.
We're going to have more with Corey Koski when we come back as Swarzak pitches another scoreless inning. Pre-game ceremony, and look at those arms. Wow. And the gentlemen's names, who are the...
This is Bradley.
Bradley. Two lefties and a righty.
Yeah, Bradley, Josh, and Caleb.
That's right. First batter here in the third inning is Carlos Gomez. He'll be followed by Matt Tolbert and Denard Span. Facing Braden Looper, who's given up 3 hits, but he's gotten 2 double play balls. 2-0 now to Gomez.
Anthony Suarez is making his major league debut here tonight. 3 shutout innings so far, Corey. What did you do, Swarzak, excuse me, what did you do on your opening game? Do you remember?
It was in Anaheim. That was the day that McGuire hit his 62nd home run. And I remember walking off the field and being a part of that. You know, Anaheim's field is unbelievable. The way they groomed the infield and all that. So, you know, I don't think I got to play that game. But the next game, I pinch hit and struck out. You know, the game sped up. It got pretty quick. You know, and when you get, you know, you're up there for maybe a minute and a half. You know, now it looks like you settled in a little bit, got in a little rhythm. So it's a little different when you're a pitcher and you kind of get into your rhythm and start to feel a little more.
Where'd you get your first major league hit off of?
I don't know. Who'd I get it off of? It was against the A's.
All right.
Yeah.
I was just saying that, you know, I mean, you remember all these little things that, you know, that go way back. And I was saying earlier, my first guy I ever faced, Lee May, hit a home run off me. What's new? But, you know, things happen like that. You remember that the rest of your life.
That's, you know, I don't, because at first that whole September was just kind of a blur because everything happened so fast and, you know, it was crazy. You know, all I know is the teams I got my first hit. I know I got my first hit off against the A's, and I got my first home run against the White Sox. And that's about it. It's just a blur.
1-0 to Tolbert with Gomez aboard.
Let's see if Tolbert tries the bunt. No, the bunt taken off right there.
And Looper's having a hard time throwing strikes. It's click it or ticket time. Text us your questions or comments to our broadcast at short code 234-234. Who is the better hockey player? Dan and Edina wants to know, is it you or Justin Morneau?
Well, I'm going to have to go with me because I've seen Justin play. So, you know, Justin thinks Justin might be the most improved hockey player, but, you know, it's, this year for Team Canada, we had a big old hockey game. We mixed one of our practices like they did last time we played in the World Baseball Cup. We had a big old hockey play, and I guess Justin worked a lot the last couple of years because people said that he's improved a lot, and everybody laughed at him the first time around.
3-0 to Tolbert, the number 9 hitter. Hey, you mentioned the rivalry or games in Oakland and Anaheim and all that. From where we sat, the most enjoyable games were the games against the White Sox. Was that true for you as a player?
Yeah, it was. It was especially when we started heating it up in the getting in the playoffs, and then you had the battles between Mark Burley popping off versus Denny Hawking, and I never could quite get that. Here Denny's popping off, and he's not even playing, and he's gonna get one of us hits. So. But, they'd go back and forth, and, it was great. And those guys, the one thing that was fun about the White Sox is they had about 4 or 5 guys that would continue to keep on talking. And Denny was our team spokesman. He'd say a word every though, but we'd go out and beat him on the field.
Gomez takes off. He's going to have to slam on the brakes and get back to the bag on a 3-2 pitch. Tolbert pops up.
Yeah, and I know it used to drive those guys nuts because you look on paper, you look at their team on paper, and you look at our team on paper. We shouldn't have no business playing against these guys. They had Magdaleno Ordonez, Frank Thomas, Paul Canerico. They just had a bunch of. They had guys. Their middle, their core of the lineup. They had every guy was hitting 300 and with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, and that was one thing about Twins baseball. We'd scored. They scored maybe 20 more runs than us one year. They had. Tons of home runs, but we scored just as many runs.
Right. Here's Denard Span popped up to short his first time up. And a liner to center. Span has a base hit. Gomez will hold up at second base. Well, somebody asked me today what was my favorite Corey Koski moment, and I rattled off a few of them, but pretty high on the list. I remember a game against the White Sox. It turned out to be a clinching game in Chicago. And I forget who hit first, either you or Torrey, but you each hit back-to-back opposite field home runs in the first inning. And then the Twins went on to clinch later that night.
Yeah, and that was going on again with Burley going in the paper saying these guys have absolutely zero chance to clinch against me tonight. And in the first inning, me and Torrey went back-to-back, and then it was a good feeling. And it's just there's a time, a point you just get tired of people talking. Just
play the game.
Yeah, and that's. And that was it, and we ended up smoking him that game, and it was, he was out of the game by the 5th, 6th inning, and it's just, you just set yourself up for stuff like that. But it was nice to clinch against them, and I know that the White Sox clubhouse guys hated us because we would tear their clubhouse up.
Off-speed pitch and a strike, 1-1. Well, you guys got to the playoffs that first year and went up against the Angels, one step away from the World Series. Was that the pinnacle of your career, getting that close to the World Series?
Yeah, but the year I thought that we were going to win it was my last year here when we played against the Yankees. I thought for sure that we were going all the way that year, and we were a ground rule double away from coming back from
your ground rule double.
Coming back from Yankee Stadium with a 2-0 lead, and it just because everything was kind of going our way, and we had and it seemed every year before that and after the team would beat the Yankees.
Check swing by Mauer with the runners taking off.
And ended up going to the World Series that year and winning it. So I thought that was our year because we had a lot of things going for us that year.
Well, a big part of the game back then and also now the running game. You see Gomez and Span trying to steal a base. Not saying that you were part of the running game. You were more of the power game.
Well, I was one year I could run.
Yeah.
2-2 to Mauer with 2 on and 1 out. Base hit to left field. Gomez being waved around. Span to third, and there's nobody at the bag. The ball goes into the dugout. 2 runs will score, and the Twins take a 2-0 lead. All went for the ball, and he and Counsell, neither one of them could get back to the third base bag to field the throw.
As a former third baseman right there, Bill Hall just kind of looked like he was lost right there, Corey. Joe Mauer does a good job of just taking that ball the other way. As Counsell was playing pretty much up the middle, leaves that big gap right there. But Braun comes in, Gomez scores. Now they try to get Span at third. And Hall a little late getting over there.
Well, no, that's Billy's cutoff. I don't know what Counsell. The shortstop should have been over at third base there, covered third base. Billy went in there to.
Okay, so the third baseman becomes a cutoff man, and Counsell is a responsibility player to get over to third.
Yeah. So that so it was a kind of a play. It's kind of a broken play, but that's something where I think Billy was, and Billy tried to go there, and they just kind of looked at each other there.
Brewers bring the infield in now for Morneau, and Looper delivers strike one. So a walk and a pair of singles, and the Twins have a couple runs up on the board with a misplay by the Brewers. 1-1. That's remarkable. Braun, a converted third baseman, moved to the outfield. That's his first outfield error. Slap to left. Mauer setting up for a tag, and Braun making the catch of the line drive. Mauer comes in. It's 3-0 Twins. Well, let's take you back to Corey Koskie, a cornerstone of a very successful Twins advertising campaign.
Hailing from the frontiers of Canada, Burley Twins third baseman Corey Koskie racked up over 100 RBI last year. Rugged and untamed, he lives in the wilderness during the off-season, where he carves his possessions out of wood, even his mattress, all while using his uncanny ability to communicate with the animals of the land. Corey Koskie, a force of nature. The Minnesota Twins, get to know him.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
Hard ground ball hit right at Bill Hall, and Kadire is retired. But the Twins get a couple of hits, a walk, turn it all into 3 runs. And our thanks to the man of the night, Corey Koskie.
Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you.
The Twins, boy, this was vintage Twins baseball, isn't it? They get a leadoff walk and a pair of singles, and somehow they end up turning all that into 3 runs.
You always look back, and as you're a pitcher, you always say, those things happen, the base hits happen, but it's that leadoff walk that always seems to create big innings.
Well, Prince Fielder will lead off the 4th, and Swarzak has now a 3-0 lead. Maybe the biggest at bat in the game so far, and at least in Swarzak's first major league inning, was getting Fielder out on strikes, a called third strike, with at the time 1 out and 2 men aboard in the first. 2-0. Swarzak got ahead of him 0-2, and then missed Mauer's target, but delivered a fastball that Charlie Relaford said hit the inside corner. Then Cameron was retired on a ground ball, and Swarzak stranded a couple of runners in the first. Fouled away, 2-1.
One thing I've seen from Swarzak so far, he changes speeds very nicely. I mean, that fastball right there, it's not a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's not 92, but because of the changeup, that makes that fastball a little bit quicker. Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, looking on.
Outside, 3-1.
Roy Smalley, I know that, these hitters have not seen Swarzak, and really a lot of the players have not seen him pitch a lot. Joe Mauer catching him probably for the first time at the major league level. But when you can change speeds early on, that helps, does it not?
It sure does, Bert. It means everything. He's done a couple of things here in the first 3 innings plus where Dick had made the point earlier that the fact that he's thrown changeups and kind of off counts and some curveballs, those other guys on the bench are watching that. Even though they haven't seen him very much up there in the batter's box, they watch what he's doing with other hitters, and he has fooled a lot of the guys with 2 or 3 different kinds of pitches just because they're all saying, boy, he's throwing everything and anything in any counts, and that makes a huge difference.
Here's Cameron with a runner aboard, and now Swarzak will try to pitch around the leadoff walk. Looper could not do that in the bottom of the third. A little bit high.
The other thing he's done successfully is he's been a little wild in the strike zone with his fastball. It's been strikes, and he's moved it all around.
Down a little bit, and a called strike, 1-1.
And a hitter can never get really comfortable getting on that fastball when they see it as Bert, you use the term, all 4 corners. And he's been there. He's been all around the strike zone with his fastball. And then when he's missed, if he's wanted to go in or out, he's missed more in or more out rather than back over the plate.
Up a little bit, 2-1. Well, I don't know where some of those pitches are. They look like they're right below Mauer's mask.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what that home plate umpire will give you, but that looked like right about belt high.
And there's no excuse. It was a changeup. He had plenty more time to watch it all the way.
2-1. And a high pop-up near the mound. Tolbert sprints in. And right by the rosin bag makes the catch, out number 1. And that'll bring up Gamble. But before that at bat, our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, who's the only team to have 3 cycles in the same season? Twins might get there. Kubel and Kadire have done it, and there are some other candidates. Mauer, Morneau, Span for that matter. That's kind of a random question. It could be any of the 30 teams, I suppose. One and 0 to Gamble. Fouled back, 1-1. Gamble called out on strikes, leading off the second inning. And now 2-1. The Twins have hit into 2 double plays. We'll see if Swarzak can induce one here.
Well, that's what Roy is talking about right there. He kind of made Gamble right there move his feet a little bit. That fastball working both sides of the plate. And a good fastball away with a little tail on it.
2-2. Coming back to the trivia question, I would look for a team that's had a history of great hitters and a hitting ballpark. So I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox. Two and 2 to Gamble. Struck him out for the second time. 2 down.
Swarzak picks up his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. And Mom very excited.
2 down, and here's Bill Hall. It'll pop up to Creedy his first time up. Well, Ron Gardenhire threw out a term in describing Swarzak, and someone commented about Swarzak after seeing him pitch in spring training that he would be or is on the fast track to the major leagues. And I think through 3 innings plus here, we've seen why he could leave that impression with someone by changing speeds, throwing strikes, and being composed out on the mound.
Yeah, when you don't throw 97, 98 miles an hour, you have to change speeds, whether it's with a breaking ball or the straight changeup. Haven't seen a lot of breaking balls. He does have a curveball, they say, that kind of tumbles at times. He's thrown a couple of those, but mainly fastball, changeup, and hitting his spots. Right there.
Wow.
I mean, Mauer moves away, and the ball's in that area.
Well, what a great guy for him to follow in the rotation. Kevin Slowey, who's a master at that. Two strikes to Hall. Swarzak trying to pitch around the leadoff walk. There's the curve, and it's lofted to center within range. And a good job by Swarzak in his major league debut. 4 shutout innings.
You have big dreams.
Get free 2 gigs online backup service with Quest high-speed internet. By Grand Casino Mille Lacs and Grand Casino Hinckley. Expect grand. And by Chrysler. From power and efficiency to innovation and style, it's the way our vehicles come together that sets us apart. Chrysler. Joe Creedy's second hit of the ball game, a rocket down the left field line for home run number 7.
And that's a line drive home run right there. A 4-0 lead now for the Twins. Creedy hitting his 7th home run. Boy, just dropping the barrel of the bat, and the ball lined out of the ballpark.
Busher takes inside, and it's 1-1. Busher bounced into a fielder's choice, sent a tapper to McGee. 1-2. Busher getting the DH assignment tonight. There's a called 3rd strike with Looper hitting the inside corner. 1 away.
Yeah, Looper picking up his first strikeout.
Any more thoughts on the Aflac trivia question? I'm just going to go Boston Red Sox.
I'll go to New York Yankees.
Okay.
They had a lot of great hitters when that ballpark was spread out a little bit more.
The only team to have 3 cycles in the same season. The 1933 Philadelphia Athletics.
That's near New York, isn't it?
I think Jimmy Fox spent most of his career with the Philadelphia A's and then finished with the Boston Red Sox. So that might have led to my confusion. Now a called strike to Harris. Harris bounced into a double play to wrap up the 2nd inning. And now a bouncer to short. Boy, there hasn't been much in the way of fly balls. The Twins have either hit line drives tonight or ground balls, it seems like, against Looper. A line drive home run, some sharp singles, and then a lot of ground balls.
Yeah, got pretty good control of that fastball. Again, a former closer, reliever, turned starter.
7 ground ball outs, a couple of double play balls, and Gomez, who drew a 4-pitch leadoff walk in the 3rd inning. That opened the door for the 3 runs to score, and he takes a strike here. And he hits a ground ball right at Council. So Creedy whacks the first pitch of the inning over the fence and left, and then Looper gets the next 3 batters at 4-0.
North, I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski inside the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle. I have Maggie here from Fargo, Bert, who made the trip all the way here for the weekend, and you are making her weekend by circling her. We're going to further make her weekend by giving her $100 in Minnesota Twins Minnesota State Lottery scratch-off tickets. What are your thoughts on this, Maggie?
That's fabulous.
That's fabulous, Bert, and she thinks you're fabulous. Happy birthday, Maggie. Dick and Bert, back to you guys.
Yes, happy birthday to you, Maggie.
Now, I didn't know this until a few years ago, what a golden birthday was. I thought a golden birthday would be like a golden anniversary, and it was your 50th birthday. But no, your golden birthday is when your age matches the date on which you were born. Creedy tracking a pop-up, making the catch. And I think it's been well established that your birthday is April 8th, right?
April 6th.
I'm sorry,
Come
April.
on. 318 days from now.
I knew that. So April 6th, so your golden birthday would have been your 6th birthday. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah. One quick out here in the 5th, and now Jason Kendall.
And Dick Gordon's 62nd birthday today from Osceola, Wisconsin. Happy Osceola, excuse me. Happy 62nd birthday to Dick Gordon.
Kendall takes one down the middle of strike. Boy, Swarzak's been impressive, particularly with men on base. After the leadoff walk, he got the next 3 guys. He issued a walk in the first, a follow-up single, got the next 2 men. 1-1. And of course, Swarzak getting a chance to start tonight because Glenn Perkins is on the disabled list with an elbow strain. That's to right field, hanging up for Cuddyer. Out number 2. Twins and Brewers tomorrow night at the Dome, and the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a batting champion bat courtesy of Waste Management. It's a real wood bat honoring the batting champs in Twins history. You can purchase your tickets for tomorrow night's game against the Brewers by calling 800-33-TWINS. We had Bat Day at Yankee Stadium when we were there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here's Counsell with 2 gone in the 5th. Hanging up towards Span. And Swarzak has a 1-2-3-5. He's thrown 68 pitches through 5 shutout innings. Been a good night at the Metrodome for Twins fans. Glad you're with us. Robbie Ince-Mikowski, Roy Smalley, Burt Blyleven, and Dick Bremer all here for Anthony Swarzak's Major League debut. And through his 5 innings, he's got a 4-0 lead.
Well, the Twins scored 3 runs in the 3rd, and then Joe Crede hitting his 7th home run, leading off the 4th. And Swarzak, through first 5 innings, 68 pitches, 43 for strikes, couple walks, 3 strikeouts.
Matt Tolbert, Denard Span, and Joe Mauer to face Braden Looper here in the 5th inning. Tolbert popped to 3rd his first time up. And he bounces it foul. We've seen Looper with a fastball and that splitter, and you just don't hear much about the split-fingered fastball as much as you used to. I'm wondering whether it's slowly disappearing from the radar screen.
Well, I know, talking to Jack Morris about it, who had a great one, you know, it takes a very strong arm to throw that split finger. And that's a straight fastball right there.
0-2 to Tolbert. But the Twins forever have discouraged the pitch from minor leaguers or major leaguers to the extent they can. A pop-up that'll reach the seats. In other words, Anthony Swarzak coming through the Twins system, he would be discouraged from throwing that pitch because the belief in the Twins organization is it's too stressful or dangerous for a young pitcher's arm.
On your elbow.
On your elbow, right.
There have been some guys like Bruce Sutter went into the Hall of Fame because he was kind of known for that split finger. The closer in Anaheim when I was there, Brian Harvey, had a nasty split finger. And all they do is you open up your fingers and put that ball between, and you get that type of movement, and you get another ground ball out.
That's a close play, and Tolbert nearly beat it out.
Well, good hustle by the Hummingbird right there. Matt Tolbert makes it a lot closer than it should have been. Hustling out of that batter's box. And Looper just able to get his foot on the bags. But a good hustle right there by Matt Tolbert.
So one down, and that'll bring up Denard Span, who singled and scored in the third. Span takes ball one. Now, you never experimented with the splitter, did you?
No.
In Jack Morris's case, he said he picked it up. I think Milt Wilcox, veteran pitcher who was on the Tigers staff at the time, taught him how to throw it because he felt he had lost his slider or the effectiveness of his second pitch.
Well, Roger Craig was a pitching coach, and he came up with a lot of guys at that time that threw that splitter.
Check swing, strike. It's 2-1. The Twins
haven't not seen a lot of breaking balls. It's basically fastball, split finger.
Twins have had some pitchers who have used it. Kevin Tapani, Mark Guthrie. And of course Jack Morris. Juan Berenguer had a...
Well, you see the grip right there, Dick. You kind of see him kind of jamming it in there right there. And then if it's not what he wants to throw, just loosens the grip up. Another fastball right there.
3-1. With Mauer on deck. Mauer already with a pair of singles. Full count. And Looper has only walked one man and might be the toughest guy to walk in the Twins lineup. Carlos Gomez on 4 pitches leading off the third. And Span dribbles it foul. What a cutie. Another 3-2 to Span. A drive to left. And Braun fought the lights, made the catch, out number 2. Dodge game break, and we'll take you to Comerica Park, where the Rockies had a lead. The Tigers tied it up, and then Todd Helton drove one deep to right field, a solo home run. And now in the bottom of the 6th, the Rockies are trying to cool off the Tigers, leading at 4-3. Helton just got his 2000th major league hit a couple of days ago. Mauer with 2 singles tonight and an average of .421. Outside a ball. Twins out hitting the Brewers 6-2. 2-0. His patience pays off, not just in walks, but in hits. And now 3-0 with Morneau on deck. This afternoon, Kyle Ocean, the Cardinals shut out the Royals 5-0. White Sox are leading the Pirates 1-0 midway through their game. And the Reds leading the Indians 6-4 in the 4th. 3-1.
second day in a row that the Royals have been shut out by the Cardinals.
That's deep to left. Mauer. Gone! A home run! Joe Mauer's 9th home run of the year, equaling his total for 2008.
Boy, we have seen him so many times this year just take that fastball the other way and create that great wrist-type power, able to hit it over that left field wall. I mean, this ball looks like it's off the end of the bat, but you can see that uppercut swing, and that ball just going over the wall.
And Morneau skies one down by the Milwaukee bullpen. Fielder staggers after it and never really got there. I think that ball landed on the field to play. Here's Mauer's home run. Didn't get over by much, but it got over. And as he circles the bases on his 9th home run, remember in the last homestand he had one taken away, similar to the one he just hit. One strike. And Morneau hit by a pitch. And now the benches are worn. The pitcher worn, the benches are worn. Charlie Relaford saying coming after a Mauer home run, that's too much of a coincidence. Now Ken Macha is going to come out to argue, and I'm surprised Ron Gardenhire isn't out there too.
Jerry Kendall right there. He's just questioning Charlie Relaford's thinking of why all of a sudden, you know, is he worn? Why are both benches worn? And I'm sure Kendall just saying, we're just trying to go inside. Look at Kendall set inside. He wants to go up and in. And Justin does the right thing, drop the bat, and go to first base.
Now Ron Gardenhire maybe to this point realizing there's no point in my going out there. I'm not going to change anything. One strike now to Cuddyer. But of course, now Anthony Swarzak is defenseless. He can't retaliate, or if he comes inside, he can get tossed.
Don Drysdale could not play in today's game.
I'm not sure you could. I'm not sure you could.
No, I'm afraid not either. You know, sometimes the defense you have as a pitcher is to protect your teammates, and that's taken away just like that when maybe you feel one of your players were hit intentionally.
Cuddyer laces it to left. It's a base hit. Morneau will check in at second base. So after the second out, the Twins go home run, hit batter, single. And Crady will come up with already 2 hits on his ledger for the night. Kids ages 8 to 14, don't miss your chance to be on TV as the Aquafina Kidcaster. Go to your local Cub Food stores and pick up your entry to register and win. She wants to be an Aquafina photographer. If chosen, you'll have a chance to be on our Twins Live pregame show as the Aquafina Kidcaster. And the promotion ends May 30th.
Beautiful little girl.
First and second, 2 away, and here's Crady, a single in the second, and then a line drive home run on the first pitch he saw in the 4th. Outside, ball 1. Well, seems to be a theme this year. Crady needs just a double and a triple for the cycle. Foul, 1-on-1. Great crowd on hand. Not every seat sold, but great walk-up with the Twins scoring 31 runs in the last 2 games. That encourages people to spend part of their Memorial Day watching a baseball game, and we heartily endorse that. Great atmosphere in this building when it's got this many people in it. Bouncer, foul. Creedy bringing his average up, he hopes, from the low 200s to the upper 200s. Chopped him off the plate. Well, last night, Michael Cuddyer got a triple in his 4th at bat to complete the cycle. Play of the day might have been made by the security guy down in the left field corner.
Yeah, you see him kind of standing against the wall and then has to leap right there not to get hit by the ball. If that ball hits him right there, it's a ground rule double. Instead, Cuddyer got the triple to complete the cycle.
1-2 to Creedy. Fly ball to right, and Garrett in the corner makes the catch to end the inning. But another solo home run in the Twins' 5th inning. This one from Joe Mauer. Again to left field. And it's 5-0.
There's my daughter right there, my son-in-law Steve, and my little granddaughter Megan. You are hereby circled. I have her tie on today, and my daughter had made for me at Universal Studios. Yep. Little Megan here to spend a holiday with my wife Gail and I.
We've got great weather for it, and we have tomorrow off. Twins are on a different network, so we'll be on the air again Monday afternoon. Strike one to McGee. McGee, Braun, and Fielder in the Brewers' 6th.
Haven't seen too many of those breaking balls right there because Swarzak has done a great job of changing speeds on the changeup and then hitting his spot with the fastball.
Little bit low, and generally when he has missed with the fastball, it's been down. 2-1. And there's the outside corner. He has worn that part of the strike zone out with those right-handed batters.
Yeah, very good extension right there. Right now it's 72 pitches.
Bouncer right side. Morneau with a great pickup. Swarzak covers. One away.
Boy, as a pitcher, you love a first baseman, and it goes to your right. Kent Hrbek, very good at it. Justin, very, very good at it. Great play right there by Morneau.
The Home Depot doing more on defense.
And we look at what just happened right here. Justin getting it over to Swarzak, but boy, you got a first baseman to cover some ground like that. Very nice. Your responsibility as a pitcher, get over there and make sure you touch that bag.
Ryan Braun, a single and a ground ball so far against Swarzak, who's given up just 2 hits. Braun's first inning single, and then McGee's third inning single. There have been a couple of walks, but it's been a marvelously pitched game so far for Anthony Swarzak.
And a good changeup right there to get strike 1.
Fastball a little bit high. Now we've on your screen there that registered at 94. Here in the ballpark 90. But we've seen him change speeds on the fastball. So a lot of off-speed pitches and fastball counts. And a splintered bat and a little flare into right center. Braun has his second hit and the Brewers third.
Well, you take the power away from a guy like Braun, you go middle in. And Braun, all he could do was fight it off. You saw the barrel of the bat going towards short. But Braun picks up his second hit, only the third hit off of Swarzak.
And now Fielder, who has not put a ball in play. Called out on strikes in the first with 2 men aboard. And then he took a leadoff walk in the fourth, but never moved from first.
Swarzak wanting a new baseball. Last 6 batters he's faced, he's been able to get strike 1. 14 of the 21 batters he has faced been able to get strike 1.
Up and away, ball 1. To Prince Fielder. 2-0, and Mauer making a relatively rare trip to the mound for a young man who's making his major league debut. We haven't seen Mauer have to do this very often.
Just kind of settle him down right here. He's just rushing on those last 2. I'm sure that's where I say before a catcher becomes your second pitching coach. Joe noticing that he just kind of flew open right there. Try to get him back down in the strike zone.
2-0 to Fielder. Foul back. A little movement on his fastball. Apparently Fielder a couple times has been in hitters counts and has fouled off a pitch that tails out of the strike zone. Two and two.
They put a little extra on that fastball, and Fielder a little tardy.
Three strikeouts so far for Swarzak.
He struck out Fielder in the first inning for his first major league strikeout.
Another fastball tailing away and fouled away.
One thing I like about Swarzak, I like his follow-through. He has a good follow-through. His momentum takes him over toward first base. Does a good job of extension in his delivery.
Another 2-2 to Fielder. Another foul.
Took a little off that 79-mile-an-hour changeup. Add and subtract. Add and subtract. That's what you want to try to do as a pitcher.
And so far he's shown that Florida high school math is every bit as good as California high school math in terms of adding and subtracting. Anthony's mother and his stepfather here at the ball game for his major league debut. Having a long battle here with Prince Fielder. Another 2-2 pitch. And a curve laced to left. And it's a base hit. Fielder wins the battle. Swarzak, who hasn't thrown many of those pitches, threw one out over the plate, and Fielder went with it.
Yeah, but these are the two guys right here, Braun and Fielder. They're the power of the Milwaukee Brewers, and what he did is he pitched Braun inside, he broke his bat, went the other way, and right here, Fielder has to leave his power and just take that ball the other way. So Fielder picks up his first hit.
Now Cameron, who is 0 for 2. And now for the first time tonight, activity in the Twins bullpen. Cameron, about 3 weeks ago, picked up his 1,500th major league hit. Outside a ball. Cameron had a very good year for the Brewers this year. Fly ball, center field. Gomez with the catch. Braun not going anyplace. Out number 2.
Yeah, that ball getting in on Cameron a little bit, and he kind of jammed himself and hit that fly ball to center field for the second out.
And now Gamble, who has struck out twice against Swarzak. Guerrero warming up in the Twins pen. Swarzak trying to complete his 6th inning. Strike on the inside corner.
And another off-speed pitch to get strike 1.
87 pitches so far for Swarzak. Brewers have not scored. They have not gotten a man to third base yet tonight. To center. Gomez racing to the gap, makes the catch. 6 shutout innings in Anthony Swarzak's major league debut.
What?
We're painting the corners right here with Anthony Swarzak. A lot of his fastballs. Look at that. Unbelievable. We'll take a look at his first major league strikeout right here. Got the inner half of the plate. And do it again. Over and over and over. Anthony Swarzak has hit his spots.
The Frost Brew Coors Light Freeze Can. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Busher, Harris, and Gomez lined up to face Braden Luther. Nice catch in the air. No, they're saying he trapped it. Counsell throwing across. Third base umpire Sam Holbrook and second base umpire Dan Iasanya looked at each other and said the ball was still in play, 1 away.
Well, and Counsell did the right thing right there, even though he may have thought he caught it before it hit the turf. He kind of looked around and then completed the play. Do not anticipate.
One gone. Here's Harris. Couple of ground balls to the left side. One to third for a double play. Another one to Counsell in the 4th inning. Ball 1. The ground ball. Counsell throws on the run. 2 down. Ken Herbeck Outdoors presents the Minnesota Twins Bass Fishing Classic, Monday, June 22nd at Maynard's in Lake Minnetonka. Welcomed by Fox Sports North. It's your chance to fish with pro fishermen and sports celebrities, with proceeds benefiting ALS and Can Curables. For more information, call 612-33-TWINS. I was there last year, first time I was at the Bass Fishing Classic. Had a great time. Carlos Gomez walked and scored in the 3rd. I think I'm invited again this year.
Sounds like you're begging.
I'm begging. It was a good time. It's fun being with a professional fisherman, someone who knows what he's doing. A lot of times I'm in the boat and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to catch the fish. I'm going to try again tomorrow night, though. I have the leftovers from the Nightcrawler batch of a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to try to catch some walleyes tomorrow night.
I take it you don't want to make another donation to Parkinson's?
Well, I would like to think. Gomez hits it hard down the line. Rounding first, he's got a double. Rounding second, he's got a triple. Another triple into the left field corner, and Gomez has his first hit of the night.
You know, earlier in the ball game, we saw Matt Tolbert almost beat out a ground ball to first base. And right here, Gomez, what makes this triple opportunity right here is the way that he went around first base and second. You see him hustling right there, and now he picks up the ball. The ball kind of got stuck beneath the wall, so Braun had to go get it. A head first slide, very aggressive slide right there for Gomez, his second triple. And for the Twins, that's their 11th triple of the year.
Bill Castro's coming out to make the pitching change. Not Ken Maka, unless Maka was ejected. No, he's there. Maka, of course, came out to argue with Charlie Relaford earlier, and he's still in the game, but he sent the pitching coach. I thought he motioned down to the bullpen.
I think he was just motioning who to get up.
So Castro retreats to the dugout, and the Twins with 11 triples. Second in the American League. And outside to Tolbert. Tolbert with a pop to third and a ground ball to first. And a bouncer to second. So Gomez left at third base. The Twins are done in the 6th. On to the 7th with Anthony Swarzak and the Twins leading 5-0. the Twins striking in the early innings.
Well, Joe Mauer right there with a couple runners on an RBI single, then an error by Ryan Braun. That scored Denard Span. And then Justin Morneau getting a sacrifice fly for an RBI. And Joe Crede hitting home run number 7 on the year. And Joe Mauer hitting home run number 9 in the 5th inning. I think the story here tonight, though, has been, very nice run support. But so far, Anthony Swarzak has pitched 6 shutout innings. He's allowed only 4 hits, all singles.
And he spun a curveball over to Bill Hall to lead off the 7th inning. Bouncer right side. Tolbert is there. That's the 90th pitch of the night for Swarzak, and he's got 19 outs. 1 away. And that'll bring up Jody Garrett. The hits have come from the first 3 hitters in the lineup, first 4 hitters. McGee has 1, Braun has 2, Fielder has 1, and they've all been singles. Outside a ball. $40,547, the largest crowd since opening day. Lifted foul by Garrett, 1-1.
Boy, very nice crowd here. Twins thank everybody for supporting this ball club.
And a curve tap foul. To be an effective major league starter, you got to find out a way to get hitters out 3rd time through the order, and what I think we've seen from Swarzak, the 3rd time through the order, more curveballs.
They started Hall off with a curveball right there. Garrett getting a curveball, hitting it foul.
A high fastball. Fielder hit a curveball for a base hit in the 6th. Two and 2. Headed up the middle, and it'll skip through. So Garrett has a base hit with 1 out in the 7th. So Garrett gets his first hit as a Brewer. And that'll bring up Jason Kendall. Would you call the Milwaukee pitcher yesterday, Manny Parra, an innings eater? No, you were talking about Burley, I guess, the other day in Chicago. Called him an innings eater. That's what Swarzak has done in AAA. Now he's trying to eat some innings up here.
Yeah, you can be an innings eater and get pounded, but you know what Swarzak was able to do down at AAA: 3 wins, 4 losses, but an ERA at 2.25. In 44 innings pitched, only 11 walks, 32 strikeouts.
Just off the inside corner, 1-1. The Rochester team, not an offensive lot. They have not done. I mean, they're about a 500 ball club, but they're known more for the pitching, and probably the ace of the staff and the closer are now pitching for the Twins. Sean Henn was the closer for the Rochester Red Wings. Bouncer to short.
Could be 2.
Out at second. Out at first. 7 shutout innings for Anthony Swarzak. McDonald's. I'm loving it. By Dodge. Live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge. Grab life. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing.
Well, there you go. Yes, thank you, Canada, for Corey Koski and Justin Morneau. You are Diet Pepsi fan, Mountain Dew fan of the game. The other drink.
Well, we can thank Canada for a lot more than just a couple of really good ball players. Hockey. Lorne Green. Anne Murray. Gordon Lightfoot. Monty Hall. I mean, there have been a lot of great Canadians.
Keep going.
Bernard Span will lead things off in the 7th inning. Span, Mauer, and Morneau facing a new Milwaukee pitcher. Span lifting the first pitch into center field, and Cameron is there to make the catch. R.J. Swindle, who pitched last night, is in to pitch for the Brewers in the 7th.
Yeah, Swindle just getting called up from AAA, making just his 3rd relief appearance.
So 1 down in the 7th. Mauer with 3 hits in the ball game again tonight, and they average a ridiculous .429. And Roy Smalley, why would Joe Mauer, who last year hit a total of 9 home runs, already have 9 this year?
Guys, I think we're seeing the real, I'll call it maturation of a great hitter. I've seen it before when I played with Don Mattingly. I've seen it in the league with George Brett. When they first came up, they were line drive hitters. Don Mattingly slapped the ball to left exclusively. And as he went along in the big leagues, his body learned how to take certain pitches that used to be line drive singles and elevate them a little bit. And I don't think Joe's doing anything consciously differently, but he has perfect hitting mechanics, and he's a big, strong guy getting stronger every year. And now I think we're seeing him come to a point where his body just remembers. As soon as the ball, I saw this happen with those other guys. As soon as the ball starts going in the seats, it starts going in the seats in bunches, and his body just remembers that he can elevate it just a little bit. And it's more subconscious than anything else. But I've seen great hitters that came up as line drive singles and doubles hitters do this exact thing, and I think we're seeing Joe Mauer becoming a 20 home run a year guy starting this year.
You know, one thing, Roy, that you look at Joe Mauer draw a walk right there, he has such good discipline at the plate. He knows what a strike is and what is not a strike.
Well, you're right, Bert, and that's that's one of the reasons why he can hit 350, but it's also one of the reasons why he'll start hitting more and more home runs, because he only swings at balls primarily that he can drive, and that's something that you can't really teach somebody. He's just as good at that as anybody I've ever seen. So he's always got the big end of the bat contact, not always, but more times than anybody else, he's got the big end of the bat contacting a ball that's in the middle of the zone somewhere. And when you're that strong and all of a sudden your body kind of gets a memory of, oh, you mean all I have to do is elevate this just a little bit, then the ball starts jumping in the seats and you know, not swinging at bad balls, only getting those balls, as you say, Bert, that he wants to hit. That just adds into the whole package.
Justin Morneau, the hitter, Jorge Julio warming up in the Milwaukee pen. But Roy, fans have been waiting for Joe Mauer to do 2 things: pull the ball and hit more home runs. He has not pulled the ball hardly at all, but now he's hitting the home runs.
That'll be the next step in the process, Dick. You watch. He's going to start getting some curveballs and changeups that will go 9 miles to right field. It'll be the breaking stuff that happens first to pull it.
We saw Swindle throw a couple of those last night. That didn't even register on the speed gun here. A little floater. Morneau might need a chiropractor after that swing. He threw one at 51 miles per hour last night. And then a tapper up the line foul. 2 strikes.
But back to Joe just for a second. When you're strong enough to hit the ball, hit a fastball out of the ballpark to the opposite field, there's almost no defense for a pitcher against you as a hitter, because Joe refuses to be in a hurry and refuses to jump out in front of the ball and be vulnerable to other pitches. And so all of a sudden now his strength and his body memory of elevating the ball is getting home runs to the opposite field, and that's the perfect scenario.
And Morneau pulls one through the hole on the right side. Morneau and Mauer are a combined, let me try to add this up here, 5 for 5 with a sacrifice fly, a walk, and a hit batter. First and second, one away.
Well, a breaking ball right here, and with fielder holding on, Mauer, he dives for the ball and gets through him. And Jody Garrett gets it back in quickly.
So now with the right-hand hitters due up, Cuddyer and Creedy, the Brewers go back to the bullpen and bring in Julio.
There are little things in life.
In the ball game after getting 4 hits, a single, double, triple, and home run in last night's game, and he comes up now to face Jorge Julio.
Well, Julio worked in last night's ball game, 1 shutout inning, making his 13th relief appearance. 12 walks in 14 2/3 innings with 11 strikeouts. He's thrown 5 wild pitches. He threw 1 in last night's ball game.
First and second, 1 away.
Fastball slider pitcher.
And the fastball missing the inside corner. And with confidence, and Cuddyer certainly has a lot of that, as well as he's been swinging the bat, the confidence to take pitches and be in a count like this instead of swinging at the first pitch that's offered.
Well, he has hit a home run in the last 3 ball games.
And a strike, 2-1.
Sinking fastball right there. In Chicago on Wednesday, a 2-run home run. Then a couple days ago in Chicago, a 3-run home run. Last night, a 3-run home run. That's to get the RBI total up. Cuddyer second on the club with 30 RBIs.
And that time, Julio missed the target, but nearly hit the outside corner. It's 3-1. To Cuddyer, who's timed the fastball and now takes ball 4. That kicks away from Kendall. And the bases now will be loaded for Creedy. Follow the Minnesota Twins on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit twinsbaseball.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. A walk, a single, now a walk. And Creedy, who has 2 hits, comes up with the bases loaded and 1 away. Pulled, foul. Creedy ready for that low 90s fastball. One strike. Tapper to third. Hall goes to third and then throws. Not in time to complete the double play. Mauer scores, and the Twins get another run in the 7th.
Oh, Hall, we've seen him. I've seen him today make some really nice plays on that little short hop. He turned a couple double plays in the first couple innings by attacking the ball. And right there, I thought maybe he was going to go home with this ball. With Joe Mauer, he's got plenty of time, but instead he goes to third and then tries an off-balance throw. No chance to get Creedy to complete the double play. I just think he should have went home with that ball to at least cut down a run.
Already down 5-0.
Right. Instead, Creedy gets an RBI, his second of the ball game.
Here's Busher with 2 on and 2 out, and he takes a strike. Again, the Twins in the last week or so, 2 for 2 in MRIs. Glenn Perkins' MRI didn't show any structural damage. Same 2 for Jason Kubel's MRI of his knee. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So the Twins will wait for Kubel's knee to quiet down, the swelling to go down, and then we would expect Kubel to jump back into the DH spot.
Well, Brian Busher getting some at-bats here. See if they can take advantage of this. 0 for 3 so far.
Puts it in play, a little dribbler to fielder. And Julio covers the inning in. The Twins take a couple of walks and a base hit, turn it into another run. And Anthony Swarzak.
Due north.
Pitch. He's staked to a healthy lead. And now Matt Guerrero comes out of the Twins pen with some circling to be done.
Yes. Young man getting married.
Strike 1 to Craig Counsell.
Yeah, Matt Guerrero making his 21st start, trying to get this victory for Anthony Swarzak. 7 shutout innings. Great way to start a young career.
Swing, strike 2. Counsell getting some extra playing time at short for J.J. Hardy, Ricky Weeks, the other young, talented middle infielder for the Brewers, lost for the season with a wrist injury. Hardy is out with some tightness in his back. He's had that situation before, and he got a double, and maybe running on the artificial turf here jammed it or jarred it somehow. He's not expected to play again in this series. 1-2 to Counsell. 2-2.
Well, the big curveball right there, Matt Guerrero missing. Only 4 walks for Matt in 21 1/3 innings with 14 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting just 184 off of Matt.
Bouncer to first. Morneau to Guerrero. 1 away. Time for the Quest high-speed pitch with Braden Looper throwing at 93, and we clock Swarzak once at 94. High-speed pitch brought to you by Quest high-speed internet. McGee, the hitter, with 1 away in the 8th. Houston Street is on to try to save the game for the Rockies against the Tigers. Tigers haven't lost since they played here over a week ago.
On a 7-game winning streak. Hopefully that snapped.
Off the line, foul. 1-1. Hoping to finish off this game and put together a little 3-game winning streak on the heels of the 6-game losing streak. And Guerrero with a knee-buckling curve and strike 2.
Yeah, that curveball starting right at McGee, and McGee kind of flinched a little bit. And Charlie Relaford said, no, that's a strike.
Two and 2.
Slider missing low.
Another curve, and that one missed. Wow. Just missed that inside corner. Full count.
Okay.
And a fastball walloped to left for a base hit.
Well, McGee gets his second hit of the ball game.
It's click it or ticket time. Text us your questions or comments to our broadcast at short code 234-234. Tony up in Hibbing wondering whether it's an advantage for the pitcher or the hitter in the very first meeting.
Well, I've said it before. I always think the pitcher has the advantage if he can hit his spots, and that's what I think we saw from Anthony Swarzak here tonight. He hit his spots with that good fastball, showed a good changeup, and then later in the ball game mixed in that breaking ball.
Here's Braun. Over the inside corner, strike 1. Braun with 2 of the singles against Swarzak. Brewers have 6 hits, and they've all been singles tonight. Harris, bare hands, fires and got him. Took the carom off of Creedy's chest to get the out.
Joe Creedy telling him, thank you for the assist. Harris has a cannon right here off of Creedy, but the flex right to Harris. He bare hands it, and all in one motion on his way down, throws a rocket over to Morneau to get Ryan Braun. What a great play right there by Brendan Harris. Well, he had his feet planted on the way down.
And now Prince Fielder with a runner at second. Up the middle, and that'll bleed through for a base hit. McGee scores, and the Brewers are on the board. It's 6-1.
Well, Fielder picking up his 40th RBI of the year on his second single. Brewer fans have something to cheer about as the shutout is lost right here, just out of the reach of Matt Guerrero into center field.
And now Mike Cameron. Strike one. You know, and fans have been watching, over the last week or so, and they've noticed it too. When you're in a losing streak, a play like that, Creedy to Harris to Morneau, doesn't happen. Twins didn't get one play like that in New York when they were losing all those tough ball games. But this game is so cyclical. You win a couple of ball games, and it seems like something like that happens for you in the middle of a winning streak, but not in the middle of a losing streak.
Well, that's why Ron Gardenhire had that meeting in Chicago. He just said, you know what, guys, don't give up on yourselves. And they have not. They've bounced back with a couple good wins. Last one in Chicago last night, and they're trying to put another good win here tonight.
2 strikes to Cameron. 1-2. Foul tip, still 1-2.
They tried to go up the ladder right there. Joe gave him that high fastball, and it was up, but Cameron just fouled it off.
Curve, missing low. Two and two. Got him looking. The Brewers get one. They pick up a couple singles. All 7 of their hits tonight have been singles.
Honey, have you seen my... Who's that?
I'm the Senex guy.
He's the Senex guy.
Who?
I'm a symbol for all the
Twins enjoy a 6-1 lead here. I'm Robbie Ince-Mikowski, and coming up after the game on Quest Twins Live featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. Great start. Anthony Swarzak, 7 shutout innings in his major league debut. Joe Mauer matches last season's home run total by hitting his 9th of the season tonight. Stay tuned for our hitters and pitchers instructional featuring both the Brewers and Minnesota Twins announcers. Plus, I'm going to try to get a follow-up with Leslie Selamos, the mother of Anthony Swarzak. We spoke to her in the second inning. Really nervous. I think her nerves are a lot calmer right now. And I leave you with one more nugget, Dick and Bert. Anthony Swarzak, 7+ shutout innings in his major league debut. The first Twin to do that since Jeff Holley back in 1977. So quite a mark for the young man wearing jersey number 51 tonight.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I want that phone.
Jeff Holley. There was a name from the past. This one flipped into right field. And a nice running catch out there by Jody Garrett. One away. 77, Jeff Holley. Jeff Holley was 1-1 that year. He made just one start.
Is he related to Frankie? Frankie Holley?
You mean Buddy Holly?
No, Frank's Buddy's brother.
Bouncer to short, and Gomez is retired. 2 away. Well, who's Frankie? Is he like you're a mechanic, or who's Frankie Holly?
He's a friend of mine down in Fort Myers.
The 2 down in the 8th. Do you remember Jeff Holly?
Oh, I was not here.
Oh, that's right. You were gone by then. Sure. Well, he pitched a little bit in 77, in 78, 79. Here's Matt Tolbert. Inside a ball. And now a strike, 1-1. Tolbert 0 for 3. A time call. The beach ball's fallen onto the warning track in left field.
Ah, those Brewer fans.
And Ryan Braun punches it back up into the crowd.
He gets a nice ovation.
And of course the inevitable happens about 30 seconds later.
Yeah, why did he do that?
And now Ryan Hank, the ball boy in the left field corner, has been summoned by Charlie Relaford to put an end to this. And Mike Cameron gives it back to the usher, and that'll be the end of that. One and one. And Tolbert taps it foul. 20 runs one night, 11 runs the next, 6 tonight, but let's not discount what the starting pitchers have done in all 3 cases. Nick Blackburn, Kevin Slowey last night, and Anthony Swarzak tonight have been outstanding against some very good lineups. The White Sox were rolling until Blackburn quieted them. The Brewers came in here as hot as any team in baseball, and Slowey stifled them last night. And Swarzak has done the same thing here tonight. Tolbert fouls it. Still 1-2. If Tolbert can reach, Span will hit. Houston Streets walked a couple of batters for the Rockies. The Tigers have 2 on with 2 out in the 9th inning at Comerica Park. And now 2-2. Full count. Span on deck. He singled in 4 trips and scored a run. Right off the end of the bat, and Counsell fires on the run, and Julio pitches a 1-2-3 8th inning. First time tonight the Twins have not gotten a base runner aboard. A 6-1 lead into the 9th inning, and a new Twins pitcher, Jose Mijares, will try to clean things up.
Well, Mijares making his 13th appearance as our Jeep game reset shows you that Anthony Swarzak in his major league debut, 7 shutout innings. Joe Mauer, Joe Crede both going deep here tonight. Mauer hitting his 9th home run, Crede his 7th. The numbers on Mijares making his 13th appearance. Very good 2.08 ERA.
Whoa! A liner right over the Twins dugout. Not quite into the crowd.
Come on, bad boy! Yeah, he says he was ready, but dangerous place to sit.
Houston Street got the save for the Rockies. They finally defeated the Tigers 4-3. So the Tiger winning streak is at an end, and the Twins are in position to close the gap to 4.5 games if they can finish off this win here tonight. A high fly to short right. Tolbert out. Kadire in. 1 away. Anthony Swarzak with one he will always remember.
Well, 7 shutout innings. He gave up only 5 hits, a couple walks, 3 strikeouts. Looking for his first major league win. Good control of the fastball, showed a very good changeup. And Mr. Anderson, very, very proud of his right-hander.
Now Bill Hall will hit with 1 out in the 9th. Some clarification about what Robbie was saying. Jeff Holley, in his major league debut, pitched 7 shutout innings, but that was in a relief role.
Oh, nice score.
So it's the first time in Twins history that a starter in his major league debut has pitched 7 shutout innings.
Well, I don't want that phone anymore that Robbie has.
1-1 to Bill Hall. Fouled back 1-2. And Hall a bit frustrated. He's 0 for 3 against a right-hander tonight, and now finds himself behind in the count 1-2 to a left-hander. Earlier today, Kyle Oesch 4-hit the Royals 5-0. White Sox are leading the Pirates 4-0 late. And Cleveland and Cincinnati tied at 6. And Maharis just reared back and blew it by Hall, 2 away. And the Brewers are down to their last out. And Jody Garrett is the hitter. Twins have the final game of this series tomorrow night, and then a 4-game series with the Red Sox, and then they will go for a very brief road trip to St. Petersburg to play the Rays. Garrett checks his swing and takes ball 1, and the Rays are going to be without Scott Kazmir and Troy Percival, who looks like has finally called it quits. Left the ball club, is pondering his future. 1-1. And for the 3rd game in a row, the Twins are using the bullpen by choice rather than necessity to get relievers some work. Strike 2.
Good breaking ball right there by Maharis. Now the Twin fans getting on their feet.
Two to Jody Garrett. A little bit high, a little bit away. Just off the outside corner. A little low, I guess. Full count to Garrett. If he reaches, Kendall will have a chance. Fouls it back. Brewers going through the bottom of their order here. Really not many options for Ken Maka. They went to a 13th pitcher right before this series started. And then J.J. Hardy had to leave the ball game yesterday and is on the bench but unavailable because of his back tightness. So not many bench moves for Ken Maka to make. And Garrett draws a 2-out walk. Fouled off some tough pitches, took some close pitches, and ends up at first. That'll give Kendall a chance. Kendall with a couple of fly balls and a ground ball double play.
Willie Randolph right there with Ken Maka.
And strike 1. Brewers got a run with a pair of singles in the 8th. And now Maharis has issued a 2-out walk in the 9th. 2-1. And Joe Mauer will go to the mound. Be interested in talking with Joe to find out how many times he actually went to the mound tonight to talk to his young pitcher making his major league debut. I can only recall 1 or 2 times that he actually went out to the mound.
Well, we're going to go over that in the instructional, too, about what a catcher says. We have Bill Schroeder, the analyst for the Brewers, and Jerry Augustine, myself. Roy Smalley will be down there. What does a catcher say to a pitcher? Of course, every situation is different. I think a couple of times that Joe Mauer went out to talk to Swarzak, it was just try to calm him down and get him back down in the strike zone, and he adjusted well.
Runner goes. Twins don't care, and it's 3-1. So Maharis so close to pitching a nice clean 9th inning, and now Kendall's up there with a 3-1 count, and if he reaches, then the lineup turns over. Three and 2.
Well, Kendall, a tough guy to walk, a tough guy to strike out. Pretty good contact hitter.
And a liner into the left field corner, and the Brewers are still alive. Scoring is Garrett and Kendall with a double with 2 outs in the 9th, and it's 6-2.
On 3-2 pitch, looking fastball with a 5-run lead. Exactly what Kendall got. And he spun on it and turned it and hit it down that left field line. Kendall picks up his 15th RBI on his 5th double. As Garrett scores the 2nd run for the Brewers.
And that will get Joe Nathan off his chair in the bullpen. And he'll start to get loose if another man reaches. A save situation would suddenly be created, even though the Twins have had this game, quote unquote, in hand for most of the night. Here's Counsell. And a strike at the knees. Counsell doesn't like it. Oh, it was low. To center. Gomez comes in, and Anthony Swarzak wins his major league debut. His mother and stepfather thrilled to